Hello everybody. This video here is going to be just quickly going over what the GPS is, the Global Positioning System. A lot of people, when considering biblical Earth, they will think about the GPS and say, how could we fly? How can we navigate and do this or do that? And we have here this is what the GPS is, and you see here on this very first website you have gps.gov. So the very people that own the GPS, which is the government, are the ones that get to control the data. They have first dibs at interpreting it or at receiving it, then they get to interpret it. They can do what they want with it, manipulate it, whatever they want to do. It even says down here at nasa.gov, the Global Positioning System is a space-based radio navigation system owned by the U.S. government and operated by the United States Air Force. It can pinpoint a three-dimensional position to meter level accuracy and time to the 10 nanosecond level worldwide and 24/7. So this is a military. Even here on Garmin, which is a GPS company, they make GPSs like for cars and everything. GPS is a satellite-based navigation system made up of at least 24 satellites. GPS works in any weather conditions anywhere in the world, 24 hours a day, with no subscription fees or setup charges. The U.S. Department of Defense originally put the satellites into orbit for military use. So even here on the GPS website, you have the Global Positioning System, a global public service brought to you by the U.S. government, information for the general public. Okay, so yeah, brought to you by the U.S. government. So this is controlled by the government, by the people that create the lie of the matrix of the globe. That's why they have this global positioning system when really it's triangulation on a planar surface. And so here's the thing with GPS. They say it gives you coverage anywhere in the world. We know that if satellites were a thing, it should, but they don't. If this was really a satellite-based system, why is it when you're up on a mountain where you're closer to a satellite, you don't get any service? Or if you're in the bowl of a mountain, you don't get any service. The satellite should be pointing down from above you and not getting blocked by the mountains right around you or surrounding you. Or if you're up on that mountain, there's nothing blocking you from that satellite. You should get the best service that you should be able to get. You also get well, the reason why you don't get service is because you're not by a ground tower, which is what this stuff actually is. Our communication system is fiber optic cables under the sea, and we need ground towers to be able to send our signals to, and then they relay those. That we don't actually use satellites. And so when people will say, like, what about flights, or how does this work or that work in the outer circle, because there's some distortion for flights or discrepancies and things, differences between a globe and a biblical Earth, they manipulate the data. They can manipulate they have access to the routes and to where you're flying, and this is all controlled by the government. There's actually something too, like with the ISS. If the ISS, sometimes there's a delay in how long it takes for there to be a signal. That like if they're doing like a live feed on the ISS, someone on the ground will ask them a question and they will respond like 10 seconds later or 15 or 20. But then there's actually even a time where NASA must have forgot there's supposed to be a delay, and they actually, like, Chris Hadfield, I think is who it was, sang a song with a class of like with a choir class. He sang a song like live time, like real time live streaming a song, and there was no delay.
On solid fuel, wires, tuned wires, tuned wires, tuned wires.
Oh yeah, I can do that. Watch this. Oh yeah, I can do that. Oh yeah, I can do that. Oh yeah, I can do that. Watch this.
Turn the key and light the fire. We're leaving Earth today. This rocket's burning bright. We'll soon be out of sight and orbiting in space. Push back in my seat. Look out my window. There goes home. That ball of shiny blue houses everybody anybody ever knew. So sing your song, I'm listening. Out where stars are glistening, I can hear your voices bouncing off the moon. If you could see our nation from the International Space Station.
And how the missions that you've been a part of are helping prepare NASA for this next giant leap?
Absolutely. I'm very excited.
Orbit for 31 years now. Do you have a personal favorite Hubble discovery or image?
Well, you know, it's impossible to choose just one. I know you know that.
One is, what do you do in your free time on the ISS?
So in my free time, I do like to try to call home.
They say that there's there's glitches in ISS film and everything, and they say it's because they're up in space, but aren't they closer to satellites and should have even less interference than we do, less atmosphere to go through and everything. So GPS is actually really using ground-based towers. Our communication system is set up through fiber optic cables under the sea as well.
You never stop hearing about how the internet's in the cloud, but really, it's in the ocean. About 300 undersea fiber optic cables are responsible for 99% of international data traffic. 99% of international data traffic. It's basically the same way we connect to each other in a single country, except underwater instead of underground. They transmit PewDiePie from Europe to America, and they connect stock traders in New York and London. And these cables, placed by private companies, are the backbone of the internet. But if you held one in your hand, it'd be no bigger than a soda can. There are just a few layers of protection from the water, including petroleum jelly. Yes, your internet is covered in Vaseline. They're vulnerable to earthquakes. At least a few times, confused sharks have bitten them. But many cables are beneath sea life, because in some places they go as deep underwater as Mount Everest is high. Ships lower a plow that digs a tiny groove in the ocean floor, lay in the cable, and it's naturally buried by sand, thanks to the ocean's current. And that
to go from various to continent to continent, and that's the reason why you don't get service when you're in the middle of a bowl of mountains or wherever you're at. If you're out in a natural or a national park or anything like that, you don't get service because there's no ground towers there. You should be wide open under the big open sky for the satellites to be able to reach you if it was really coming from a satellite. But this is all brought to you by the military, and the military does control this stuff. They do use biblical Earth, planar and non-moving Earth in their military documents. NASA does as well. And that is essentially what, that's just a very basic gloss over of what GPS is. So thank you for watching, and wherever you are, take care. Peace be with you. Jesus Christ is King. Let's do what we can to get His word and to get the Bible out to the world, because we are in a time where it is so very needed. The Bible can solve all the world's ills and ails. All the problems of the world can be evaporated with the Bible, and not just evaporated, completely gotten rid of. if you evaporate a liquid, it goes into gas, and so it's still kind of there, just in a different phase. Could condense and become a liquid again, but Jesus Christ can completely get rid of and vanquish all evil. His teachings of unconditional love really do help us, and I just recently had an experience that was rather intense at where I work. Uh, and yeah, the world definitely needs Jesus for sure. So take care, and hope you're having a good day or night wherever you are at. Peace be with you all. In Jesus' name.